Oh, geez, you're gonna really put me on the spot here. Oh no. This is called Wavelength, and the whole idea of the game is that there's a scale from one end to the other end, and there is a specific point I need Randy to hit, and that in this particular case it's right here. So on a scale of this to this, I need to provide a clue that will get him to pick this point, and then vice versa. This is the co-op mode, so we got 7 cards and we're trying to get to a score of, I think it's 16 points. So on a scale of this to this, here. Stuff's gonna get mad at me for this. All right, Randy, on a scale of mean person to nice person, the clue is Tom Hanks.
So I was hoping that the chat would be able to help me out, but it just occurred to me that they can see your point, so I can't rely on them because they know the answer. So Tom Hanks has to be one of the nicer people in the world, or so I hear. How many people are nicer than Tom Hanks is the thing. Like, surely, like, would I say, I think the last time we played this, Mr. Rogers was like at the very end of nice person, or it might have been a different category. I think I would have to put Mr. Rogers above Tom Hanks, but like,
Okay.
so I think we need like a little wiggle room, but I think Tom Hanks generally sounds like a nice person, so I'm gonna put him right here. Hey!
Close. 3 points. 3 points. All right. Great.
All right. Ooh.
Ooh. On a
Bad
scale.
I wish I had been here for your candy tier list.
Oh, let's see where Randy goes with this. Chat, tell me, what do you think? Oh, here we go. Regular Skittles. Huh. I happen to like regular Skittles a lot, but I don't like them as much as sour Skittles. I think Randy's probably gonna put those in the good, but not all the way good. So I'm gonna guess about here. Oh, what?
I knew that was too high. I was trying to figure out, like, I knew you had sour Skittles like at the top, and then Skittles was like one tier below, but I couldn't figure out what the other candies were in like mid tier. Like, I don't recall like what I don't know how to hit that target.
Ah, damn. Calface says those are all right, but not like great. So if it was Calface guessing, probably would have gotten it.
Yeah, but
right,
I knew
next...
I was going off of your tastes.
Yeah. Next spectrum card. Let's go. Rough to smooth. Here we go. On a scale of rough to smooth, dry skin.
So this is like very similar to, it's the same question that we had during family game night, and there was some controversy over whether bumpy skin was rough skin. And like I wouldn't describe bumpy skin as rough, but dry skin is like, it's rough, but it's not like, at the very end I would put like sandpaper, and it's not sandpaper dry or sandpaper rough. I'd put it like here, where it's like, it's still flat, like you can run your hand over it and you don't like, it's not like bumpy or anything, but it, like, there's a texture there, but it's still like relatively smooth compared to things in the world.
Okay.
So damn.
A little too far away. 0 points. Okay.
Okay.
You were on the right track. On the right track. Oh, here we go. Hot and cold.
I'm gonna throw this clue in there, just for funsies.
McDonald's coffee pre-1994. I think I know what you're referring to, and that was pretty hot, because that was the time when the guy spilled the coffee on himself and hurt himself, and then got sued, and then he sued McDonald's and won, I think is what Randy's going for here. So we're gonna say that's pretty hot. Got it.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
I
Nailed it.
Got it. And that also gives us a
man.
bonus turn. And some I also killed the stream here somehow. Oh, I know why. Because that goes to the browser. Let's go back to the browser.
Like
Awesome.
people like to bring that up as like an example of a frivolous lawsuit, but like the woman who burned herself, like her like leg like melted, like it wound up fusing parts to other parts, and like it was literal, it was way too hot, like it was causing injury, but
Wow.
it was not a frivolous lawsuit, it was actually too hot.
Calface says he would have said your calves if it was all the way on. True that. All right, next Spectrum card. On a scale of limp to firm.
Oh, no. I don't know if in this mode are you allowed to take a new card.
No.
Okay.
Doesn't like it. Okay. There it is. On a scale of limp to firm, mattress.
So, if we're talking like what is like the firmest of firm, that would be like a concrete floor. I wouldn't ever describe a mattress as limp, and I think that like if you're sleeping on a limp mattress, that means it's probably damaging your back. So I think like it has to be on this side, definitely. I don't know how firm is firm, like in terms of a mattress. Like, ooh, like there's so many things that are firmer than a mattress, I feel like. So maybe it's like close to the middle, but on the side of firm, I feel like. So maybe around here. Ah.
Okay, we're close. You still got 2 points. Got 2 points.
Yeah. Okay. No. Oh dear.
Ooh. A sloped, narrow ledge. Slope and it's narrow. That's kind of hard to sit on. You can. Kind of hard to sit on, I think. Oh, we're so close.
Hey.
And still. I think it's 16 points for a win. We've got 3 cards to go. Let's get it.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like
bad advice versus good advice. Oh, go for it, Randy.
out in the world. Like if I really need a place to sit down, like what is my preference? And I like a bench is obviously ideal, but like there are times where like I have to like sit on just like a ledge. And like it's hard to sit on, but it'll do.
Here we go. Bad advice versus good advice. Wait for the Nintendo Switch Pro instead of buying a Switch right now.
You see? Okay. So like most of us are assuming that the Nintendo Switch Pro is going to come out soon. And I think that like the fact is that it hasn't officially been announced, so I don't think it's like if it were like if at this moment we knew for sure the Nintendo Switch Pro is coming out and it's coming out like next month, couple months from now, that would be like on the far right end of good advice. I think just because like it's not a certain thing at this point, that it has to be like a little closer to the middle. But like definitely still on the side of good advice, especially if it's going to ultimately replace the original Nintendo Switch. So I think it has to be like here-ish. Do I want? Okay, I think there is good.
Hey, we're pretty close. All right,
pretty
cool.
close.
Cool.
Oh, right, I have to draw the new card.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Underrated game versus overrated game. Oh no.
Oh, geez, you're gonna really put me on the spot here. Oh no. I don't think there is any universe where Goldeneye is underrated. People still hold that game in the highest regard as being one of the best and most influential shooters of all time, one of the best games on the Nintendo 64. But I think that game has aged incredibly poorly from the way it controls. It's pretty ugly. And I think Randy's probably leaning towards the overrated scale. Now, how far? I think someone can make the case that it's almost all the way overrated. I think Randy's probably going to be somewhere around here, somewhat overrated. Goldeneye, kind of overrated. Yeah. Okay, we're close. We're close.
It's like, I don't really consider it like overrated, but the fact is, yeah, the game just hasn't aged very well. It doesn't play all that great at this point. Not that I've like played it recently, but there better games have come out since then. Obviously, like, it's an influential game. It's just that it hasn't aged nearly as well as maybe some others.
Yeah. All right. Last card, unless we hit this. Oh, geez. There. On a scale of easy to remember to hard to remember to easier to remember, dentist appointment.
Oh boy. So the thing is, with what I do when I'm at the dentist is, when I'm booking my appointments, I just have my phone out, and then like I put in my dentist appointment like into my calendar as I'm booking it, so I don't have to worry about remembering it. That said, like, there have been times where I've forgotten, well, haven't forgotten, but like didn't realize it was coming up so soon. There was also one time where I showed up to the dentist and it turns out I hadn't booked an appointment. I was on the phone with them and like I couldn't figure out whether or not like a date would work, and I said, "Oh yeah, no, I'll call you back." And then I put the date into my calendar, and then I didn't call them back.
Oh,
so I showed up, and they were like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm here for my appointment." And they were like, "No, you do not have an appointment."
Oh no.
And I was very confused, and then I think I made them feel bad because like I was very insistent that I had booked an appointment, but it turns out I totally didn't. And ultimately they did find time for me, and it was good, but I felt bad because I really pushed, because I really thought for sure that I had booked one.
So you went full Karen on the dentist?
I didn't go full Karen, but I definitely did make them feel bad. I mean, like, I didn't think it was their fault. It was just one of those things where something fell apart, and I didn't realize it until later that it was mine. It was on my end. That said, I don't think a dentist appointment is like difficult to remember, but I feel like there are easier things to remember, like your own name and your phone number. So I think it's like maybe around here. Oh wow. I totally missed that one.
I was kind of like, based on everything you were saying right up until that last bit, I thought you were gonna get there. Of like, yes, it's not the hardest thing, but you showed up when you didn't have an appointment, and you know, for me, it just slips out of my mind completely. Even when I get the reminders on my phone now, just like, oh yeah, like last night I was like, oh yeah, I have an appointment in the morning. That's why I thought a little hard to remember.
It's only easy for me to remember because I put reminders in advance because I know I'm going to forget. So that maybe that's why I should have put it towards maybe where you are.
Okay.
Yeah.